When children are born, we tend to give them pink or blue depending on whether it's a girl or a boy. As they grow older, girls get dolls, boys get trucks, whether they want them or not. This concept may seem outdated, though, in some households. So for some advice on creating a gender-neutral environment, also dealing with issues of sexuality with the very young, we turn to Gail Bell from Parenting Power. This is one of their regular visits, and this came from me. This is, we kind of, you know, there's no shortage of parenting questions. I find that my daughter, who's 5, is getting bombarded with the pink message. I have no problem with her playing with dolls, but how do we kind of level the playing field?
Right, and it will be different in any home. You have one daughter, so you know she will tend to see stuff. So it is kind of a parent's opportunity, let's not say responsibility, but opportunity to expose them to other things. And I know that Audrey sees a lot of hockey and enjoys that as well. So, you know, give yourself a pat on the back and say, I'm doing what I can do. So, you know, take that opportunity to expose them to other things, other toys. When it's a home of 2 children, you naturally have different toys in the home, right? So, you know, just take that opportunity to expose them to different things. Say, would you like a truck? These Hot Wheels are really cool. Would you like a Hot Wheels? So, you know, opportunity there. And then as far as the toys that are being manufactured that are a bit offside, and honestly, personally, I think some are a bit offside. We just have to be really honest and open with our children about those toys.
Right. Well, I'm concerned. I mean, I had Barbies growing up. I have no problem with sort of a cross-section, but I do find that some of the things that are being marketed to the very young girls are overly sexualized, and that's where I have the problem, because I don't know how to verbalize with that to her. You know, I don't know how to vocalize that. Right,
because sometimes as a parent, we feel like we're stuck in the middle. All the other kids have these toys, and you just have to remember that you have to, you know, it's a long road. You've got 18 years to do this, and hold firm to your values, and then be honest. But be honest in a very kind way. So, you know, when I look at that doll, I see someone that has a ton of makeup on, and it looks like they're 29 going to a party. You know what? Dad and I aren't willing to have that toy in our home, and you need to know that. But here are the toys, or here are the dolls that are okay for us. And these trends pass. You know, so we went through that with our daughter, and it was just like, no, Grace, that's not okay in our home.
Okay, well, we were having this discussion earlier, and I think it's really relevant as well, is when you don't let your child have something that everybody else has, how do you work with that? Because this would come up in this context, right?
Right, so acknowledge their feelings. Say, you know what, you seem really sad about this, but we're your parents, and you're 7, and we're willing for you to have these dolls that look like 7-year-olds, or these dolls that are okay in our home. And it's okay to feel sad, and maybe when you're, you know, at daycare and they have those dolls, play with those. But you need to know they're not coming in our home. And if you're honest with them, honestly, they get over it real fast. It's a thing. They realize it doesn't really matter.
So it's all about having that conversation.
Be really honest.
And clarity.
And clarity. And it could be a $200 hockey stick. You know what? That just doesn't work in our family. But here's the 4 other sticks we're willing to buy you.
Are you finding that more parents are concerned about that in terms of leveling the playing field from a gender perspective?
Do you know what? I think most kids are pretty comfortable with their gender, and it's all, you know, as long as we don't get emotionally too upset about it, because kids do read our emotions and expose them to lots of different things, and most kids are pretty lucky. They're exposed to a lot of things, and it's fine.
Parenting, we got to model it. Parentingpower.ca. Gail Bell, thank you as always, a lifesaver.